So I, su, varv, as, and this is called pi. What is one circle? Q, varv, as. Pi, q, varv, as, and I, su, varv, as. These two names telling that story, that I, su means that you put the I in the mouth, that's the big toe. But the small toe means that you take it just when it comes. So when people were sleeping together before, and they get feeling for maybe one thing. Now if there was somebody next to them who they wanted to offer it, so to not miss it, they was only giving the small toe, and that means that you want by yourself and you know nobody come here and disturb you, but just when it comes, he take it. Or you can show the big toe, that means that maybe you get help now to get sucked out these things. We call it also per la. Per is the highest for us, our highest is the pää. Ukko is the pää in our mythology, and Per is his name. Per la means same like pearl. Hell me in one. Hell is the center, me is måne, hell me. Per la hell me or pearl. So to offer one pearl, but what that really mean? To offer one pearl. Maybe you offer some wiseness to the other person, or maybe you come offered. We don't really know. But it must have been existing. According to the sound system, when we put I, su, varv, as, or pi, ku, varv, as in one, we can understand that I in the su and varv and as means that we are actually sucking this prick, but this pi, what is the circle, ku is the moon, ku, pi, ku, varv, as, and the king and queen is representing the moon. So we was offering for our king and our queen, means the O and the A in the alphabet. The A with one ring on is O, and the A with two dot on is A. So the A is the queen for us, the A sound, and the O is the masculine for the king. We had also A, what is ukko akka, what means the father and mother of the king, and they are separate, the old gubbe gumma. So we could offer for the A, gubbe gummas, brain, but we can also offering for our king and queen means O and A. So we could see in these figures how they are in the alphabet. They are all builded in form of circles and stab. One stab and one circle. They are completely separate than the tropical language, who all have different kind of writing than our stab and ring script. A is two stab with one small middle stab and point. B is one full stab with two small stab and half rings, who come B. C is one circle, means half ring. D is one stab with one half ring. A is one stab with two, three small stab. F is one stab with two small, one is more shorter than the other one. And like that you can see that whole our alphabet is based on stab and circle. And every man actually has one stab, and every woman has this circle where we can put in the stab in. So there we already come to children making in the form of stab and circles. But you can see no other alphabet on the planet is so simple as our we have still today in all newspaper, that we can see them whole in stabs and circles. And from there we get our A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, A, who all have one association in our system. And I've been listening in 20 years from my mother and my sister every morning 2 hours. I had to listening and not saying one word by myself. And every day we went through different words in Finnish, one language or root language, to make it more larger in the brain. You can also use it, special people who drink from themselves, they open something in the brain so they can smile together and divide words. Viresh has been showing up something really fantastic. I don't know how he also can divide world, and we can smile together. And it's harmless, it costs nothing to have fun together with something like that. That I don't mean now that you have to offer anything. I usually say that this is completely everybody's own feeling in their ling. Nobody can force anybody to anything. It always stands for somebody. If it doesn't stand, it's meaning for nothing. It has to do from the inside, like women opening their wings. It's from their own feeling, own initiative, no rules and regulation. It's only based on one own story. Here I want to thank for me. I think we don't make it more longer. Why I get the inspiration to tell this thing, because all of the tape I've been making here in this brick house has been different. So if you compare them, this story was now just for the group who most has been inspired me from you to me to tell this thing. Thank you.
This is a session with Ior Bock on the 3rd of August 1998 in the coffee shop when he's speaking with the Germans.
So I will only put one monologue. And they say that the first thing we had was sound, and from sound created word. So we could communicate with each other with speaking. So first come the sound, and after the sound formed to be word, who we could take in our brain and understand each other. So now we have a sound called root. And root, we all know that one oak tree has one root, and oak tree has also one crown. I will take for you one series of sound, and if you fall to sleep, maybe I make some noise later on where we can use this sound, what I first will explain for you. We have something called alphabet. An alphabet consists of sound called A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, Å, Ä, Ö. They are nearly familiar for all of you. With little bit modification, in England they say A, B, C. But in root we say A, B, C. Now this is combined with E. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ö. So most of them are combined with E. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ö. So they dominated the E in our root sound. Now we have something called ramsa, and ramsa must be a little bit the same as you can have one mantra. But mantra we know from the Hindi, but we call it ramsa. Maybe you also call it ramsa. And this ramsa is A aser, B borg, C skära, D di, E ek, F frö, G grund, H häll, I J jarlar, K karlar, L lag, M måne, N nordstjärnan, O Oden, P påle, Q kvadrat, R ra, S solen, T tor, U ursprung, V varnar, X Y Z, Å Ä Ö. Still they are quite for Germany brain you must have a little bit same root in your sound. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ö. Now, we can think the E separate. E was ek. A aser, B borg, C skära, D di, E ek. And ek is the oak tree. And we all have oak trees planted, beautiful all over Europe. Now the head of the prick has the same name as the fruit of the oak. Also in German. We call it ek-ollon. So every man has one ollon, and the ollon is his helmet. Now that ek has one root, one stam, one gren, one kvist, one löv. Or if it's not one löv, it's one blad. Blad is so thick, so the sun strålar has not gone through, like palm blad, rosenblad. But if they are really thin and the strålar go through the löv, it's called löv. For you, löv become one lion or something like that. But for us, it's the green on the tree, in root. Now you see that the whole ramsa is combined with E. So A aser, B Ekensborg, B borg, C Ekenskära, D Ekensdi, E ek by itself. F, now E is on the other side on F, 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 F. So that becomes frös ek. Frös ek. Because the E is on the other side in F. Yeah? A, B, C, D, E, F. G ekens grund. H, no E at all, is O hell. E is the prick of the man, where the lady gets pregnant from. J is is jarlar. K is O on that side, so it becomes K O skarar. L is the lag, so it's L lagens ek. M månens ek. N nordstjärnans ek. O is O. P ekens påle. Q ursprungets kvadratår karlar. R is ra. Now the R sound is masculine and the Ä sound is feminine. So Ä sound is feminine according to rule. And R is the masculine. And R is ra. Ra for us is the moon. It can be nymåne, halvmåne, fullmåne, Shiva. And the fullmåne Shiva is the Ra. Opposite to Egypt, whose sun is Ra. S is solens ek. So it come E on that side. S, T, eken stor. U, separat. V, eken svanar. And after come X belongs to the oak. X belong to the oak. X, Y is Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. And Yggdrasil you can compare with the oak tree because we all born from the oak tree. We all born from sperm. From the ollon on the E. Yggdrasil is all female living tree. So you can compare it with the oak, who is very masculine because A is sperm. But Yggdrasil, sil is one smell. Dra is one action, and Ygg is Ygg. Yggdrasil is the ash tree. Askträdet. Askträdet has root, stam, gren, kvist, löv, and also has one crown. So we have two trees in the alphabet, the oak and the ash tree. One is female and one is more masculine, but we all born from A, but A sound is also included in female, so we men can't take this A completely. And the Y also, so leave it open now, we make one system for you, what anyway the alphabet is fixed, because that I've been getting from my parents. But when we play with the sound, we have all to leave it open in our brain. As more open we leave it, as more we reach the understanding. A aser B borg sig kära di dag, A aser B borg se skär ra, se skär ra. You share the ra, that means se. Se is also one form, the se form. It's not straight, it's se. E is straight. Aser is the people who live in Odenma, in the top of the planet, has been one ring land, and this ringland called Odenma, and there lived the Aser. The Aser become Arctical people, and you are also, as Germany, Middle Europe people, we with blue and green eyes, we are coming from the Aser. So we have something together, we Arctical people, we come from the A, Ukko, Akka, A, Gubbe, Gumma, A, Aser. So the A is very, very high. Now you have an A in the alphabet, and you put one moon on, and that for us become O. The A with one moon on. and that becomes the sound O, and that's the king, the O sound. Now if you put the A with 2 dots on, it comes A, and A is the queen. That's the reason why A is feminine, because it's the sound of the queen, and O, the A with 1 moon on, is the king. So we had like that. Whole alphabet consists of stab and circle. A is 2 stab with 1 shorter stab between. B is 1 stab with 3 small part of stab and a half circle's edge. C is 1 half circle by itself. D is 1 stab with 1 half circle who make the D. E is 1 stab with 3 part of stab, the middle is a bit shorter. F is 1 stab with 2 part of small stab, the shorter a little bit like E. G is 1 circle with 1 break of 1 stab. O is 2 stab with 1 middle stab. E is 1 stab by itself. J is 1 stab and down a small part of 1 circle. K is 1 stab with 2 break stab who come out. L is 1 full stab with 1 angle stab down. M is 2 stab full with downcoming stab. N also 2 full stab with 1 coming down stab. U is 1 circle by itself. Or it can be 1 oval, oval, oval. Val means election. Oval. U is Uden. And that's 1 ring. Uden is also the sun. Sun is always 1 ring. The ring is coming up every morning and going down every evening. And Uden gives stroller, and that's the stroller of the sun. Moon is always 1 time a month 1 ring. Then it's also 1 Shiva. The E we all born from. And the E's fruit is 1 ollon. 1 Asian in Germany. The fruit of the oak.
Eichen.
Eichen. So if we go now to the Eichen, we call it also helmet. 1 helmet. We have 13 races on the planet. We have 10 tropical races and 3 arctical races. And we have also 13 helmet on the planet. And the helmet has 1 E-angle, 1 E-vinkel. And E-vinkel is that winkel where the small vek is. You know, we have 1 vek on the ollon. That we don't really know why we have, but it's something we small boys usually wonder, that is it blood going through there, or why we have this small vek in the middle of the E-vinkel, the E-angle. From the E-angle up, we have the hjertklapp or hjertklaff. Means that the heart is the part of the ollon. The ollon has 1 heart form with the 2 klaff with the E-angle. The top of the prick, of course, is called head, but we call it also leder. When it's without hair, it's called leder. If you have a little bit hair on, it's not called leder, and your ollon, the head by itself, the hat by itself, is completely without hair, and we call it leder. And this leder down to something called end of the ryggrad. The ryggrad, and end of the ryggrad we have 1 ryggsäck. And the ryggsäck is inside 2 påse, and in the 2 påse is the two stones where the sperma is inside. So we have one ryggrad, one ryggsäck. The sac has two påse, and inside the two påse are the sperma. Now before the ejaculation, the stones go up to something called kasse. Kasse, when they come up. So when the säck C, A, B, C, ek, A, B, C, ek, A, B, C, ek, säck. And inside in the säck is two på, A, B, C, på, C. And when they go up, it kass, C, A, B, C, kasse. So säck, påse, kasse. We all men have. And inside is this sperma, the egg. The säck is from one thing called skinn. And this skinn go up to the top. And the top we called mössa. Mössa. And the mössa is covered so you can't see the third eye. The mössa is covering the third eye, the tredje öga. The tred means the tree, je means giving, and öga means the eye. Tred, je, öga. So now the skin, it's go to the top and it's become one mössa. The mössa in English they call foreskin. For us we have two names. We have förskinn, but we have also förhud. The outside is the förskinn, and the inside is double just on the mössa part. It's the only place we are double in the whole body. It's this mössa, who is from skinn. And it has one inside called förhud and one outside called förskinn. And that become the mössa, who covering the tredje öga. If you take down the mössa, you come to one luva. Luva. And when you take down the luva, you come to one huva. And when you roll down the huva, you become one krans, one false krans. The upper part from the false krans is called brett. Also the hat has one brett. It can be more bredare or less bredare brett. So when you go up in the false krans, it starts the mushroom with one brett. And this brett can be more brett or less brett. From the brett you come to the sarg. The sarg. And over the sarg you have the mushroom or the helmet with the third eye. One side is the apple, the other side is the heart, with the E angle and the V. That's our part we have. All of them has name, all little small part, from säck, påse, kasse. They're all with C, and möss A, lub A, hub A are all with A ended. Möss A, lub A, hub A. So they go all on A. when the down part go on C. Now the woman has also their hole, and it's exactly the same name. It must exist inside of the lady. And we have them, but we don't really know them. I know as a man exactly every small part, because my mom and my sister have been telling me, and I was so interested to hear about myself from them. But when they talked about their own hole, I was a small boy. I didn't get really, they have happy holy blygläpp, and they have clitoris, and they get climax. But the female part should be very nice one day to sit down, and we could go through the sound of the inside in different language of the woman's part. Because the woman has balcony. You have one balcony is hanging out from your body. And we have we men, who also hang out from the body. Now the woman has barm. The balcony is one barm. So she can have high barm. And maybe that was the attraction, or was it that she can give milk for the child? One cow who gives milk is always valuable from how big balcony this cow has. Or is it also one attractive thing, her form of her balcony? We men have bringa. We have hårig bringa. So we don't have barn. We have something called bringa, with A in the end. And you can have hårig bringa, you can have lurvig bringa, you can have strong bringa as a man. But woman has barm, and they have balkong. And why do you have so different form of your balkongs? And why do you want to operate them to be one style? Is it for the attraction? That must be the attraction, not the milk. Yeah? It must be so many women is making this operation for to get like Elizabeth Taylor. I straight look there when I see picture of Elizabeth Taylor. Is this small shadow here who for me make this imagination how it become formed from that part. So I always look down like that. And it must be old because the dresses in 1600, 1700, even last century, the woman want to show her barm. So we could look between where she had her handkerchief or something nice. We don't have such a thing, we men. We try to be a little bit brown and lifting a little bit. But we have our ball. And our ball has no attraction at all. Many people don't know what kind of ball his friend has. He has never been looking at what he could have inside in his balls. So it has no value at all. And when you become fucked, it's not so big different for you if he has some heavy thing under his brink. You don't even look there. Or do you look? You look? Wow, you look the quality of that man you are fucking with. No, the other difference we have is this whole who is the feeling inside and our thing who come outside and show the feeling. If I get the feeling, you can see it because it's come out. But I can't really see your feeling. Because you have it inside. They say that if somebody get one feeling, one man get one feeling, for me his prick is standing. Or if I get my British standing, let's say it like that. Now the women say that when one woman gets feeling for one other woman, it come one smell of sill. Who make one mark that something is happening around. And we men, we don't find out this smell as easily as women. You'll be recognizing some kind of smell in your surrounding, but you want to put perfume or something to hide it. It's existing, I heard. But we don't really know. I think women should ask each other if it have been dying out completely, or if it's still existing, one smell who come out from the lady when she gets feeling. When we must show it, when it come out. We have also one smell, if you take down the skin, it can come one cheese prick, they call it, if he has not been clean. Maybe you find it out in your life. Send them to wash before. Now, if we see that we before has been drinking, the woman has been drinking her sab. So now the woman can klee her klitor, ES, and get klee max. And now she can with one straw give one other woman to drink from her without to touch her. They didn't touch in this off-air ring. Now off-air ring is off-air ring, but off-ra is off-ra. Ra was the ra and the off-ra or the off-air ring from themselves in the temples and capels. So the woman can clee her clitoris, she can get climax, and with one straw she can offer. Like that it was before. So when she gets feeling to offer from herself, she didn't touch that other person, that other woman she offered to. Quite interesting. Here we have all hugging, nice feeling, but at that time the woman she had to, or she her clitoris get climax, and she give the straw to that person, that woman she offered for, without any touching. What sounds quite strange that we could get this feeling only for to give from ourselves to another woman. The men, when the men was offering, they make many straw and they break them to be one ögla. Ögla look like the cross of the Egypt, one thing with one ögla. Yeah? And the straw go this way and this way into each other, and they turn them, it come one handle with 3 small legs under. It's like one head. And now when the man was offering to one other man, he had to draw a hand by himself. And just when the ejaculation is coming, he make one clap, so it was to take it, but without touching. So there they also offered the men to one another without any touching. What sounds quite strange today, but it was like that. Now where this feeling come, was it for giving feeling that this happened? It must be one giving feeling. If you can open your wings, you can clear your clitoris and give the straw to one another to only get from you your inside without any touching. It must be 100% giving feeling. Otherwise you make like child, like you have the whole nice thing together and you sweat and it's one completely act to be together to make one child. Or to also, like we do today, having the feeling, what is very strong in the norm today, that we are like feeling each other and we are together and in the end we get our climax and orgasm. It's a very high thing we are practicing, like daily food. Now they say that the woman before she was using one carrot, one car root, one car root. Or in root we say mor root, what means mother root. Mor is the mother and root is the root. So car root or mor root. This mor root, maybe we men become in the end one mor root. Especially if we have to every evening and Sunday morning for to be normal sexual life. And bonded with that, but to have free do can be more valuable. The freedom. That not promise that every evening and Sunday morning after 5 years the man he can't anymore, it's not functional anymore, it's too much heavy to make such agreement when you start one sexual relation with one person. That it must function every evening and Sunday morning, otherwise he don't love me anymore. I don't know why I tell this thing, but I want to finish this thing with one thing. Of course, it could be interesting to know where the attraction of us people are, what we are attracted to each other. Is it the balcony? Is it the form? And in which form we are attracted for different form. And also, we men must also have some attraction. Of course, we men is attracted by women in that way that if my mother is telling me every day that she wants to be grandmother, so of course I go to ask one lady, shall we smoke one Marlboro together? And if she's very beautiful and very, I get really on her because maybe she become the mother of my child and become my mother's dream to be a grandmother. That's one attraction if you have to find one woman in your life who will be the child's mother. That's one attraction. But here again, when they've been making research here in this house, that these men, what we think is this big attractive man, it's not at all that who female actually is choosing for to have for one climax. That is funny to think who of us are attractive in what way in each other. Of course, beauty is always beauty. Beauty is always beauty. I am always attracted by beauty. But maybe also some other form can be attractive. For the woman, the balcony, or for the man, the ball. Now maybe if this ball is inside much, maybe he have 1,001 pearls from his life. Maybe he becomes